Good evening, everyone. I hope you're say good evening, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all well today. Yeah, today I think I'm just going to do a little bit of U-boat. I've been a little bit stuck what to play ever since finishing Hellblade on Thursday, and I've been racking my brain thinking what to do, what to play, and yeah, I don't know, I don't know. I've not really known what I want to do myself, um, but I have had a bit of an itch of playing U-boat. Um, so yeah, I think I'm just going to play a little bit of this. We are currently on Patrol 5, but um, over the last couple of U-boat streams that I've done, I've managed to get like two patrols in, as especially the first patrols have always been a little bit, I'm not going to say boring, but a little bit uneventful. So yeah, I'm going to yeah, I'm just going to play a little bit of U-boat today. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully I don't get sunk. I am doing the U-48 campaign, so fingers crossed it's a good patrol today. I'm trying to remember what we did last time because um, I'll always remember the first patrol we did or first stream because I was sat in the English channel for a good couple of hours. But last stream, I ended up having to. I did a whole patrol and only finding one boat, and it turned out it was an Argentinian boat with no. There was nothing we could do with it. We done a check on board to see if there was um, anything interesting or whether or not they were, you know, supplying anything to the to Britain, but they wasn't. Um, So then we ended up doing the second patrol. We ended up getting a mission to sink a merchant ship, which actually did go well. And we did have to take some evasive maneuvers, but yeah, it did go pretty well. So the VODs are still on the channel if anyone does want to go and look at them anyway. So yeah, but I say today we're just gonna have a nice little chill with Patrol 5 and maybe Patrol 6, depending on how we're going. So yeah, as you can see, this is the U-boat that we're on. I'm just gonna first things first. I'm just gonna make sure that we are all currently stocked up with what we need. So the they can go like that. So we've got our repair placement parts. We've got our med kits and enough fuel reserves. Fuel, we are currently stocked up full on fuel. We do have room for another torpedo, which we are going to move a T2 torpedo over. And then on the stern, we have got Max there as well. And then in the items, we do have a fair amount of credits. Excuse me. Which we could do a diving suit because I know there is a mission we need to do, which is to actually dive at a wreckage. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to commit to spending that money at the moment. What I might do, I know there was a mission where we had to go pretty much to the north of Russia to go to I think it's a place where it detects weather. I can't fully remember what it's called. And we'll go and do that, I think, and then yeah, we will see where we are in terms of credits, and then we may pay for a diving suit afterwards. So we're gonna speak to our recruitment officer. No, it's not the recruitment officer. This is the captain. Okay, so we've currently got a fair few missions. So there's the tonnage war in sector AM4 and AM7, which is just on the west coast of Ireland. There is another tonnage war sector at AM79 to BF15, which is just on the the southwest coast of Ireland as well. which is a medium difficulty, and then there's a high difficulty, which round about the same area, which is sectors AM87 to BF16. So, and that's on the south side of Ireland. There is Attack Scarpa Flow, which is a port at the north of Scotland, which I say is actually fairly difficult. We would get rewarded a lot with this. We would get, if we completed it all, we would get 3 points in our prestige, which we can use to. We could use that to research additional like research at headquarters, but I'm not too sure if I want to do that as of yet, because the difficulty is fairly high. We would get a ton of credits, and we would get an additional officer and the skill bullseye for all our leader officers as well. So there is that. There is Weather Station, which is what I was just mentioning now, which is just north of I want to say I did want to say Russia, but I don't think it is north of Russia. I think it's more of the Scandinavia, which is it's just a weather station. So that's something that we could probably look at as well. So it says the Kriegsmarine as well as the Luftwaffe would find it immensely useful to have more accurate weather data at their disposal to plan upcoming operations. For this reason, we came up with a plan to set automated weather stations on remote islands. Our meteorologists identified Bear Island as a promising target for such a deployment. Okay, so that would give us 8,000 credits and 2 reputation, and then improved weather for forecast. So this is what I'm thinking we should go and do. And then there are these Enigma recovery, which we need to use the diving suit as well, so we do need to purchase that, and it will give us 2 prestige, but it is fairly close to the UK, so that could be quite dangerous. And then the same as well for mine laying, which is on the east coast of the UK. It does say it's difficulty low, but I'm not sure how interesting that will be to do. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the weather stations. I think it does say medium difficulty. I can't see it being that difficult, but I think this is probably for the best. So as you can see, we don't have actually any reputation points at the moment. And I will just have a quick look at HQ to see if there is to see what we can actually look at in terms of a new operation. So these are the current operations we have, and there are some aerial reconnaissance dotted around the Mediterranean. There is some obviously dotted around the UK as well. I do think later on there are going to be some at America, but at the moment America has not joined the war, so they are not really. It's not really worth doing any of that anyway. There is improved torpedo pistols, which is to help with when you send a torpedo off at a ship. You got to try and get a good angle of attack, because it's kind of like if you hit it at an angle, then there's a good chance the pistol won't detonate. So that's something that we're going to have to look at in the future, and it will cost us 2 reputation points. So that's something that we may have to look at. There's the better hydrophone, better ammunition production, so we can actually produce some ammunition for our boat. Armored conning tower, which did get clattered a little bit in the last patrol, and I was quite surprised we didn't sink. Accumulators, tier 1, improved toilets, always useful. And equipment production and sonar decoys. That will be huge. Sonar decoys, especially when we're kind of doing a bit of a channel dash. We can use those to our advantage, because the thing is, when you're going through the channel, it is not deep at all. When I was going through before, I was sitting at like 40 meters at some points, and I was even scraping the bottom. So it really does limit our maneuverability during going through the channel, and it can get us out the shit really. So yeah, Bear Island is just north of Scandinavia, so that's where we're going to be going today. So yeah, I'm going to come out of HQ and then we're going to get going. I'm going to make sure everyone is all up and ready. So you boot Canada, Canada. Duh. So warehouse is all done. Everyone is all rested and well. Disciplined. So when we left from our last patrol as well, we did let everyone have a vacation because everyone was struggling at the end. The end as well. We did basically go on 2 patrols back to back, so there was no rest period. So everyone was pretty fatigued. So that is something that we probably should be mindful of in the future as well. As our skipper Keeper Elos, who is a mod on the channel, here's our skipper. He did level up in the last patrol as well, so we can actually have 3 sailors that can assist him whilst he's doing his operations on the U-boat, which is dead useful as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crack on now. We are going to go quite slow, so we're going to go 1 ahead 1/3 out of the port. We have got everything on board. I don't want to go too quickly because for some reason the mapping of the game is a bit off. So the last couple of times when I've been coming back into port, I've actually nearly crashed the boat because the boat, the pathing of it is just completely off for some reason. So yeah. So let's see what we got here. We got on the way back from base, heard single propeller from Naval Square AN 872, most likely merchant, slow speed. Confirm. Okay, I didn't want to leave station. Into the radio. We're gonna put a bit of a Wilhelmshaven radio station. So we're gonna, you know what? We're gonna go a little bit of Gibraltar. We like a bit of Gibraltar. So yeah, we're gonna continue this. We're gonna go ahead. Yeah, say ahead 1/3, and we're just gonna come to the end port. So we got the SS. I didn't get what that was. So yeah, when I've come into the port before, it's this kind of wall here next to me where it kind of comes round. You come round here, and it doesn't recognise this is the path, but it recognises actually the path is basically where this road is here. So you end up just going dead on into it. So you have to manually move the U-boat instead of just letting the U-boat do its own thing. So now we're out there. Now we can actually speed this up a little bit, where we're going to go ahead 2/3, and then we're going to put more time compression on that as well. I will speed it up a little bit more once we get into a little bit more of open water. But it's just a way of trying to conserve some fuel as well. So we're going to put two sailors in with Weber in the engine rooms. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Right, okay. So now we're more in open waters. I'm going to go to a head full. And then the time compression, we're going to actually speed this up. Okay, so we most likely won't really see anyone coming this close to Norway. They are a neutral. They are a neutral power anyway, so we're not going to have any engagement with them. Although if there is a boat which we do come across, we can stop them and we can kind of question where they're going, you know, who they are, what supplies they have on board. If anything does seem a little bit sus, then we can basically say, you know, we don't believe you and we're gonna sink you. We have full intention of sinking you. So but you have to be careful with doing that as well, because if you end up doing that and it's wrong, then you end up getting a massive slap on the wrist, as far as I'm aware. So yeah. So yeah, it is currently the 4th of December, about late at night. So it's just, so we just pass on to the next day now, and we're just gonna make our way to the weather station up here. What a jam. I am going to add a sailor to the to our skipper as well. I'm pretty sure that, to be fair, what I want to do is I do want to look at the crew. So I want to see what we kind of got going on at the moment. So we've currently got 5 officers and then 18 sailors on board. We don't have anyone, obviously, who we've kind of taken on board from hostile ships. So we've got a night shift, day shift, and evening shift. So we're going to be fine with that as well. Oh. Where is... Oh. Where are we? Oh, we're there. Oh, okay. We're there. Okay. I couldn't see where the boat was, because it was directly underneath that. Okay, cool. We're moving too fast. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. Well, we're going to go ahead stop. And we are pretty much there now. So, again, I was fully expected not to see anyone around in the area anyway. So let's send a team to the coast. So we're going to do that. We're going to send over our Horst Weber. No, I don't think I'm going to send him. Engineer, no. I think I'm going to send Kurt Hoffman over. And we're going to send over our... Yeah, we'll send over Horst Weber as well. And we're going to send over 4 members of staff alongside with them. And we're going to continue. So we're going to allow them to go over. Please wait while the team arrives at the destination. You can leave this screen at any time until the wait is over. So we're just going to wait this out. Okay, so your team arrives to the coast with no problems. There are no signs of human presence around. We should send a scouting party to search for a good spot to deploy the weather station. So they're all fine there. They are a little bit tired, which is fine. And we are going to have a bit of a slow progress. So we're going to just sit tight, and we're just going to allow them to scout the area. We are going to have our skipper come off from their sleep. We're gonna just get them up on the conning tower just to have a good mooch around to see if anyone is going to be coming in, because the last thing we want is to be caught around here with our trousers around our ankles, and just especially if we've got our I think it's our torpedo. No, Nod is our torpedo specialist, so we should be okay. But yeah, the last thing we want to be doing is just being attacked at this very moment. So, progress is going on. So we're just going to have a bit of time compression here, and we're just going to wait this out. We're not going to go too quickly. Yeah, we're just going to wait this out now. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing okay today. I think, yeah, it's been a bit of a slow day for me. So my dad did come up from Cornwall, so he does live south of the UK, and he has come up for the week anyway. I do have the week off, so I may be streaming a little bit differently compared to what my normal schedule would normally be. It just depends on what what the flavour is for the day anyway. Um, Especially as well, I don't know what I'm going to be streaming over the next coming weeks. So there's a lot of games where I'm thinking, I should go and do this, I should go and do that. I was even feeling doing a little bit of Alien Isolation today, but I kind of want that to be its own little thing because I want to just burn through that game completely. Um, Not to get it out the way, but yeah, to kind of keep the momentum of the game. Um, so yeah, and I am in my own time playing the Borderlands series. So I have completed 1 and 2. I am currently on Borderlands pre-sequel, so which is pretty good actually. I did hear bad things about the game, but it has actually been a pretty solid game. And I'm playing with a friend who you may see him in chat from time to time, Rowan Tharn. Me and him are playing Tiny Tina's Wonderlands as well, which we've only played it for about an hour or two, but it is quite good. And then once I've completed pre-sequel, I'll be jumping into Borderlands 3. And they're kind of just my chill games. They're just their games where I can just jump in and out or do whatever. So once I've completed them, I don't know what I'm going to be playing then, in kind of my own little free time. But in terms of streaming, so there's a load of games I do want to have kind of take my time with. So that's say one of the reasons why I am actually streaming some things. Um, it kind of allows me to kind of slow down with a game, let me immerse myself a little bit more. And yeah, it's just as I do find it a little bit more enjoyable. I say because I was streaming privately over a Discord server, to a few friends or whatever, and yeah, I just found the experience a little bit nicer, a little bit better. So yeah, that's why I kind of changed over to Twitch, which I know is a bit of a difference. Streaming in front of people who you know compared to people that you don't know. But yeah, it just kind of allowed me to immerse myself more within the game that I'm playing, and kind of slow down. So especially for instance, the game I kind of burnt through recently was The Last of Us Part Two. Now I hadn't touched it before, so before the show came out, I played the first one for the first time and managed to finish it just as the show came out. I watched the show, and then after the show, I went away for like a week or so, and I came back on a Friday afternoon, and I finished the game on the Sunday night. So I played it for pretty much 26, 27 hours, I want to say, over that weekend. Um, and yeah, it was just phenomenal. But the only thing I've got a problem with is I burnt through the game so quickly that I didn't feel like I could enjoy the game as much as I probably could have enjoyed the game. So yeah, it was just not. It was brilliant, and I think I enjoyed it far more than I enjoyed the first game. Even though, I won't put any spoilers for people who haven't played it, or obviously when the show comes out. Um, I don't want that to be spoiled as well for people who are going to watch the show. You know what? I'm going to speed this time compression up a little bit as well. Um, but yeah, I heard bad things about the second game before playing it. I don't know, by a few people saying, "Oh, I just wasn't. They didn't enjoy it as much as they enjoyed the first one," and this. But I gotta say, I thoroughly enjoyed the second one, and I kind of am a bit wounded that I didn't savor it as well as I should have. So yeah, streaming is just going to allow me to kind of take my time with some games and stuff. As you can see, what I'm doing now, I'm just kind of just sitting back, just relaxing, letting the game do its own thing, and yeah, just waffling on as I do. So yeah, I'm just gonna take this to the 100% now. I'm just gonna let the time compression finish this off. I don't think we're gonna get attacked anytime soon. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna have a bit of a hydrate with a cup of tea. But yeah, so if there is any recommendations people have for games that you would like to see on stream as well, especially, as I say, just throw them up in chat, throw them up in the Discord. which is should be linked on my Twitch. So yeah, it's you can throw it up in there. It'll be good. Okay, so starting building a weather station. So our scouting team found a good location to deploy the weather station and carried all components there. We shall start assembling it. Okay, so average speed. So okay, we're all good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a quick look with my. Okay, so this is maybe a concern. So let's have a quick look round. See if we are not going to be getting hailed from somewhere else. It is coming from the, I want to say the north. From where we're facing, it's coming north. So hopefully, well, I'll say hopefully, this may be actually a combat engagement. So what we're going to do is we're going to, yeah, this is coming from the north or northwest of us. So it's coming up from this direction here. So what we're going to do, we're going to actually go down to periscope depth. And we're just going to wait this out. So it was lucky we did actually spot this. So we're going to go to periscope depth and we're just going to wait this out. We are flooding the tanks and we're going to pull someone away from them and we're going to put someone in with the torpedo specialist as well. We're going to put 2 on there and we're going to put someone in with the radio tower to see if we can actually hear anyone as well. But yeah, Fables, yeah, Last of Us 2, amazing game. Like, actually phenomenal game. How are you doing, Fables, anyway? Are you good? Okay, so now we are down. We are safe to probably speed this up a little bit. Let's see how the progress is. Okay, so we're only on 2% there, which is fine, but I suppose we got other things that we've got to be worrying about at the moment. So let's go to periscope depth, and we're gonna. Okay, so that is a few, and they are traveling. Can I go any higher? Yeah, I can. Is that... Okay, so this looks like it might be a little bit of a convoy coming up. So we're going to allow the convoy to, I'm going to pull this periscope back down a little bit just in case. And we're just going to allow the boats to get a little bit closer if they are going to be coming closer to us anyway. It does look like there are three trails of smoke in the distance. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead 1/3, and we're actually gonna see if we can do a little bit of an engagement on these as well. So we're gonna go ahead 1/3, and we're gonna say silent running. So we're gonna silent running. So blue light running. And we are going to turn the radio off as well, because that's not going to help. So we're going to... Shushta? Is it? Shushta? Is that how you pronounce it? Okay, so change, and we're going to stop the music. Okay. So everyone's going to be quiet now. So let's see if we can get this engagement from these ships, which I believe are, yeah, to our northwest. They haven't passed us yet. No, they wouldn't have passed us yet. So I feel like we are facing the right way. I just can't seem to see their... Okay, now I can. Okay, so is this a... These might be destroyers. or just a small convoy with... Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed this up a little bit, and we're going to go time compression that way. So I didn't actually expect to see anyone up this high. So potentially this could be a it might be nothing. It could literally be nothing, but no, I suppose we'll just have to see now. So I assume they are coming this way, and if I want to slow it down now, so I'm going to use the periscope. I'm going to come up to 6 meters, and we're gonna... Okay, so this actually does look like a... Can't see. I mean, there is two, but I think that is actually a... I can't really figure out what these are. I mean, I think they might actually just be Corvette ships. Because if we go to... Block, okay. So it's a destroyer. Okay, so we are not going to engage these. If they're destroyers, then... so we're going to go to destroyer. And by the looks of these flags here, it looks like it could be a Black Swan. Or maybe tribal classes. I think it won't be a tribal class. Oh, it could actually be some Type 1 1934s. It's not a V class. It's not... Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to... Yeah, so what we're going to do, we're gonna come out of this, and we're going to go to a head stop, and we're going to go to a safe depth of 15 meters, and we're just going to wait this out, and we're just going to say ship spotted. We're going to send a message out to BDU, just to let them know there is some patrols up here. I don't know who they're with. I can't seem to get a visual on their flag to see if they are a hostile ship or neutral ship. I can't see them being a ship that is from an allied force. I can't see that at all. But yeah, I'm just going to wait this out. They might actually just be combing the area anyway, for the sake of this mission, or if it's just a coincidence, I don't know. But we're just going to wait this out. We're just going to see if they do come over to us, or are we going to have to, or are they just going to pass by? I imagine they're just going to pass by, because I don't... Yeah, alarm cancelled. So they were definitely destroyers. Okay, so now they are out of our range. So I do believe they are gone. What's the weather station looking like? Okay, we are sitting at 43%. Your guards should spot more security issues, but a small risk exists that something will surprise you during the deployment of the device. So the fact that we have got 3 destroyers around the area as well doesn't really bode well for us as well. So we're just going to wait around, and now we're going to go back to a periscope depth, and we're just going to... We're just going to have a quick mooch around, and we're actually going to head back to the point where it was before. So we're going to go to a head 1/3, and we're just going to go back round. Can't request that. So convoy naval square. I'm not sure when these were brought in. I think these were brought in before the patrol anyway. I think these might have actually been messages that were left from last time. Can't really say, but yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the point where we dropped off the crew. And we are just going to stay at periscope depth for the moment. There is no other. Okay, so time compression has stopped. Does that mean we have got another potential engagement? It is a bit dark, so we are struggling, but that will help us as well in concealing our location as well. So we're just gonna go back to a time compression of 48, and then yeah, we're just gonna stay ahead 1/3 until we do reach the point. I can't see any chimney smoke over the horizon. I'm gonna put some people off from the torpedo, and I'm gonna put them on. Okay, so we do have 2 destroyers. Okay, that we can see. So they are to our they are onto our starboard side. So we can see 2. So hopefully we might be able to actually see. I don't want to risk actually getting spotted with the periscope depth, but I do want to see if we can identify the ship flags. So let's go this way, and then that is a British destroyer, and that is a British destroyer as well. So we are going to come down, and we're going to go to a depth of we're going to say a depth of 20 meters. This looks like a pretty good game. I need something new to play. Been hammering Phasmophobia too much. Like, yeah, Phasmophobia, I sunk a lot of hours into that. It's a very, very good game. You do need good people to play it with, though. But no, this is a really good game. This is really, really chill. Especially if you're... I'm not a... Oh, okay, that was close. Okay, I did reach... Nope. I'm gonna dink the bottom. Don't do it. I'm not sure if you can see, but I am so close to the bottom. Okay. Yeah. I should have checked the safe the safe depth of the area. Which, to be honest, it says here is 30 meters. I did go down to about 20 meters. So here we don't really have that much leeway in terms of the sinking. But yeah, it's a really chill game. I'm not sure if you've seen any of the previous streams, but if you have, then you will see the manual torpedo TDC, I think it is. Yeah, manual, yeah, torpedo deployment control. Yeah, TDC. So yeah, and so you have to kind of work out where the boat is, so how far away it is, how fast the boat is going, and then the angle of your bow or angle on their bow. And then once you get all those correct and you fire a torpedo, fingers crossed you do actually make a hit. So it's not like a point and shoot kind of concept. You are having to essentially work it out for yourself. You can get a crew member to do it for you. Where are we still going ahead? So yeah, but you can have a crew member. I'll definitely check it out. Give me anxiety a break. Just yeah. I mean, after a while, I kind of became a little bit of immune to the jump scares. But I've played it a fair bit. And I know there's the mechanic of being able to hide from a ghost. I have no clue how you do that on the game. If the door's shut, the door's shut, and I just accept death. So I don't know how you hide. I don't know if you have to hide in cupboards or whatever. I don't know. So yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna do? Yeah, so we're gonna check up on our crew, which are 92% through the progress of deploying the weather station. We are gonna have to be careful. Keep trying to get my partner to play. Yeah. I know you're. I know you are touching butts with Scott. So, yeah, because Scott to be honest, Scott's probably not scared of it because, you know, from where he's grown up, ghosts are the least of his problems, you know, so. Oh, Christ. So, yeah, it's. So, yeah, but as I say, me and Scott have been friends for a good while now. So yeah, he's a good egg. He's a good egg. And he's especially when it comes to Phasmophobia. If he was to play that game, I know what he would do. He would just sit in the truck and not do anything. Because when we was playing Sea of Thieves together, he would literally just sit on the front of the boat and just go, "Let me know when we get there." And he would just go AFK. He'll just go off and start drinking. So yeah, he's useless. Nothing. Yeah, Scott will never change. Scott will never ever change. So, but would we want to change him? I'll leave you to answer that. That's very cute. That's very cute. You could have gone two ways there, and you went the cute option. Okay, the alarm has changed. So we are sitting on 94%. So we'll just speed this last 6% up. So yeah, yeah, I do love Scott. He's a great lad. And if you ever find yourself, only because this is recording, touche, touche. Yeah, the Scott's supposed to be coming up to, not I say he's supposed to. We keep talking about it, about me coming up there, him coming down to Birmingham, and just having a good old chinwag. I think that would be quite nice. But although Birmingham isn't really the best place to come and visit, there's literally nothing here. Like when you have friends around the UK, around Europe or whatever, and they say, when I come to Birmingham, you have to come and show me around, and you go, that's absolutely fine. There is nothing to show you. There's nothing here at all. Okay, so we got a new communication. So our radio man received new, less important messages from other ships. Click this notification to open up your message log. Weather station, decoded message, temperature -4, wind speed 11 knots. Confirm. Okay. So we've completed this now. So what we're going to do is we're going to... have they came back to the boats? Are they back? Yeah, they are back now. So Weber and Hoffman is back as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to come... we're going to make our way back, because we'll say this is a bit of a hostile area as well. I'm going to make our way back to north side of England. I will put someone in with the engine room as well, because we do need to make sure that we are using as less fuel as possible. And we're going to go to a head 2/3, and then we are going to just speed this up a little bit. But I don't want to surface the boat yet, because I say there are some destroyers that are kind of lingering around as well. So we are going to stay at a safe depth of I'm going to say of like 13 meters. I mean, it's not deep, but the last thing I want to be doing is just end up colliding with the bottom of the seabed. So yeah, but Fables, if you like, you can there is a link to the Discord if you do want to jump in as well, if there's any games that you specifically want to see be played, or you think, oh, this will be a good game that you probably like, say you can throw it in there. I'm always looking for fresh recommendations for games as well, because I say I have been stuck with what I want to play over the last week or so. So I have been obviously playing games off stream, and then I finished Sherlock Holmes the other week. I finished Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice on Thursday, which was phenomenal, absolutely brilliant game. We're going to come all off the radio, and then we're going to put another person in there, and then yeah, that was just so good. And it's one of those games where I'm glad I waited so long to play it, and I do hear actually they're going to be bringing out a second one towards the end of the year, even though the first one's been out for I want to say about 6-7 years. But graphically it was beautiful, really well done as well. So yeah, I would highly recommend that. Right, I think we might be safe to come to a periscope depth. Say the sea state is fairly calm. We're going to put an additional sailor in with how many sailors do we have on? Okay, we've got 5. Currently on duty, there's no effect on the discipline. So the visibility is very low. So the attack periscope. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to surface the boat yet. Oh, I've got a snoring dog in the background as well. If you probably can't hear it, but yeah. So say that was I'll not say a little bit uneventful. I did assume that it would just be kind of a quick in and out. But yeah, I say I do. Obviously, there is some destroyers lingering around as well, so I am just gonna hold back for a little while until we get to just probably around this area, and then we'll probably be safe to go because I am. No, in fact, actually, my batteries have been depleted. So I'm going to come to I'm going to surface the boat, and I think we are all okay now. So I think we are kind of out of range of that area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the time compression on to 6500, and we're just going to blast it down the coast of Scandinavia. We are currently on a head 2/3, so we're going to go ahead full. We have got maintenance going on the torpedoes as well, if we are in need of them. Well, that is a dark night. It is currently 20 past 11 on the 11th of January of December 1939. So we're coming close to Christmas Day. I don't know if there's anything that happens during Christmas Day in the game, or if there's a whole thing where it's like morale or whatever. I don't know. I imagine not, but we'll see. I think if I press this, it will just take me straight back to port. I don't exactly want to do that. I never really want to be using that button. Deselect. Okay, cool. Yeah, I never really want to be using that button. I don't want to press it just in case it does, because okay, there's new communication. Let's have a look at the single merchant ship, propellers heard in the naval square AN218, estimated slow speed at western course. We are currently carrying out other orders. Good luck. So that was AN218. So AN218 is currently it is around here, and it's going a western course slow. So what we want to be doing, we want to be going about here, and we're going to speed this up, and we're going to blast this up, and then we may even spot the boat. So I'm going to go, nope, not electric engines. I did that, I don't know, by accident. So the sea state is fairly calm, so this will be a brilliant time to get a combat engagement. Nice sunset as well, so it is the start of the day as well, so I'm not sure if the game kind of determines how far you up north as well, because if you're really high up north, then obviously the sunset will be coming up potentially later on in the day. So I don't know if that is actually an impact within the game as well. 218. Okay, so what we want to be doing, we want to be coming this way. So let's go ahead 2/3 and let's speed the time compression up a little bit, and let's see if we can actually spot any funnel smoke. Fingers crossed we can get a engagement on this patrol. We do have 52% of our fuel left as well, so we do have a fair amount of fuel left. Just want to make sure that we do have enough to get back to the port. I mean, we could have missed it. I mean, apparently that was moving slowly, so whether or not we did miss it, I don't know, but it doesn't help the fact that our skipper is currently in bed as well, so see if there's anything around. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. So we've got good visual on this. So the sea state has picked up a little bit, so it may make it a little bit difficult. I think if the sea state's like this, we won't even be able to use the deck gun, which, to be honest, I'm more inclined to use the deck gun when it's a single merchant with no combat abilities, because it's just kind of a bit of a waste of torpedoes. I mean, it's nice to practice with the manual TDC, but okay, I think the music's just changed. I don't know if that's because there's something around. Oh no, it hasn't changed. It's fine. It means, I say, it's nice to get a. Okay, let's have a look at this. Lone steamer smoke spotted at AN 153, slow speed, southern western course, pursuing other target. So it's AN 153, confirm. AN 153. So that's all the way up here. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to have to go, okay, I'm going to come here, nothing there, then go there, nothing there. Because I did that last time and I just didn't come across anything. So what I might do is I might just try and hold out in this area to see if anything does come up. And if nothing does, then we will just move on. Because we have spent pretty much all the day moving over to here, and we've not spotted anything at all. So I'm just going to have a bit of a zigzag around here, see if I can. Let's put the time compression up. Let's see if we can see if we can find anything on the horizon. Okay, there's a tiny ship. This may be a U-boat. It is 10 past. Oh, it's a freighter. There's a freighter over the horizon. Oh, okay. Let's have a look at this. That can go. And which direction was it? Okay, so direction was over here. Oh, okay. That is a real big convoy. It is Norwegian. I believe Norwegian ships are neutral. If I can just quickly look at the U-boat. No, it's not U-boatopia. That's wrong. Hold on, I've just messed up my OBS is up. My 2 seconds. Okay, now I'm back. Sorry about that. Ship spotted. Okay, so it's headquarters, crew, journal. No, it's not journal. Campaign. No. Crew. No. Headquarters. Okay, so I believe this is a. This means no, don't touch them. Get my OBS back up. Yeah, my OBS is back up now as well, so it's all fine. Yeah, sorry about that. So I'm gonna go to a ship spotted, and we're gonna say a go to just dive to periscope depth. I say that is a huge convoy coming up. So what we're gonna do, we are gonna wait it out and just allow this convoy to come through, and fingers crossed, because it does look like as well that the convoy is coming through to in our direction anyway, so maybe we might be able to get a few easy wins here. But yeah, that is definitely a Norwegian ship, as we can see here. It is just a coastal freighter as well, so we're just going to wait this out. We're switching to electric engines. Where are we? There we are. And they are coming from this. So what we're going to do, we're going to come this direction, and we are currently going ahead. We're going to go ahead 1/3. We're just going to come this. We're going to go south, and we're just going to allow these boats to kind of come through past us. Because what we want to do as well, we want to make sure that we do, in a way, we're kind of facing a direction where we can just kind of bail if we do need to as well. So we're just going to come this way, and then we're just going to wait it out. Yeah, so it is definitely a Norwegian ship. I cannot see. There we go. Is it literally facing in the sky? Yeah, it was. And then I believe it is over to our starboard side. Yes, it is. And let's see if we can actually get a visual on these boats as well. So we can't get no visual yet, so we're just going to do a little bit more time compression, allow these boats to kind of come through us. I'm going to send that as well for a little bit more money. So this looks like it wasn't part of that convoy, so there's a good potential that the convoy we're actually looking at is could be a hostile convoy. So let me just see if I can come above here, see if there's a way we can see these boats here. It does appear that we can't see the convoy. Oh no, we can. There we go. And I don't want to go into free cam. I want to try and make this as authentic as I can, without cheating. So I'm not sure if we're getting closer or if they are outrunning us, but we will go ahead. Yeah, well, they will be definitely outrunning us if we are only running ahead 1/3. So. And I could have swore the convoy was bigger than that. So I'm gonna come out of periscope depth, and I'm just gonna go to. Oh, that is very choppy water. And we're just gonna speed this up a little bit so it will look a very janky. But I do want to see if we can. Okay, smoke on the horizon detected. Yes, we knew that. Is there anything else around us as well, which is a new target? No, there is not. Let's see if we can spot these boats. So there are 3 boats. These could be potentially the boats that we spotted up here. It's very, very unlikely, but I say there is still that potential. We are running ahead 1/3. No, ahead full, sorry. Right. Let's see if we can catch these up. We are running at 13 knots. And we are still 48% fuel, so we are looking okay for the moment. Change that angle a little bit. And let's see if we can get a better visual on these boats now. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4 funnel smoke. The funnel smoke, even if they're moving away from us, like directly away from us, then that would explain the funnel smoke as well. If the funnel smoke is either going off in a direction left or right, then you can obviously determine they are either moving across from us and not away or towards us. And the fact that we haven't actually caught up with them yet, it would suggest they are moving away. They are moving in the direction of the UK. So it could be the fact that they are a hostile ship. But it's a little bit difficult to spot them at the moment. So I will do a little bit more time compression to see if we can catch up to these. We want to make sure that everyone is at hand as well, so we are using everyone we can. I mean, this might not even be a hostile ship. It might just be some fishing vessels. But there are 4 ships from what I can gather, or it could be the back end of this huge convoy that we did see. And we're just going to see if we can kind of catch them up. I will go ahead full at 18 knots. So we have caught up to these very quickly now. Let's see if we can get a visual on these boats. If they are okay, they are off our starboard bow. Okay, so that is a British ship, and it looks like it is a destroyer ship. Yeah, if I go to this, it is a destroyer ship. Okay, so this is something that I probably don't want to be engaging with, because I think this is just unless it's a convoy, if they're guarding a merchant ship, then it may be something that we can just kind of do a little sneak on. But the problem is trying to catch up to this fishing vessel. So this is a warship, that's a warship, and that's a warship. I think I might just have to disengage from these, because this is, although there is 4, so it could be the arse end of a it could be the arse end of a huge, or not a huge convoy, but a little convoy. But yeah, I'm pretty sure these are just all destroyers. If we go to periscope depth now, I might be able to get a bit of a better visual on these. Yeah, warships. It's a warship. So that might be a corvette. That's a corvette, and that might just be a destroyer. So the best guess I can make is that is what the case is. They are going quite quickly as well. I mean, we was sitting on 13 knots, and we was struggling to catch up with them as well anyway. So I can't see us being able to get alongside to make a good attack angle, but yeah, I think I might just have to try and disengage from these. I mean, I am, whenever I watch a either a Silent Hunter 3 or a U-boat stream and I see something like this, I'm like, oh, please go and attack, please go and attack. Then I get into the same situation. Dan1066, thanks for the follow, mate. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I'd say when I watch streams of this, I'm always like, oh, go on, attack, attack, and then all of a sudden it gets to my stream, I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm not doing it. I'm all talk. I'm all talk. So let's see if we just add the time compression on this, just to see if we can get any closer. Just to see if we can get a visual on a merchant ship. If we can, then we may engage. If not, then we're just going to have to leave them to it. And by the looks of things, they are moving further away from us. So they are moving faster than 6-7 knots. So yeah, I'm going to disengage from these, and I'm just going to come away. So I'm going to come south along the North Sea, and hopefully we may get some other combat engagements. But yeah, it was a bit unfortunate. The only ship that we could actually see that was a ship that we the only merchant ship that we could see was a Norwegian ship, which is a neutral power, so we can't attack them. So we're just going to come away, and we're going to hopefully find something a little bit better for ourselves. I'm going to turn the air compression on as well, because and we're going to come off from blue light running as well. There is no reason to be on that. So we're going to go to standard, and then you are going to okay, so he's going to be going over, yeah, so I'll just do the blue light running afterwards. I should have done it then, but it's fine.
Wir sind schon so lange auf See. Ich halt's nicht mehr aus.
So that's been turned on as now, the compressed air, and then we're going to go to standard running. So that's fine now. So for those who are unaware of that, what it means really is the standard running just means just everything's normal, everything's fine. We're going to come to a surface ship. If you're blue light running, then it basically puts it to silent running, which means if you're in a combat engagement, or you're trying to sneak up on a boat, then they can't really hear you over hydrophone. So a hydrophone is basically a radio operator which will be scanning constantly in around a 320 degree, or it can be a 360 degree radius around the boat, to see if you can pick up anything which is either a propeller or any other machinery like an engine, and that will basically determine whether or not obviously if a boat's there or not. The silent running as well, obviously it just means everyone is just basically hush hush. Everyone just, whatever you're doing, do it quietly, because obviously you're trying to maintain your your camouflage underwater. And then the red light running, I believe, is basically if shit's hitting the fan and everyone needs to be kind of go, then you basically sit it on red light running. That's, from what I can gather, that is the case. So yeah, we're just gonna go time compression, and we're gonna speed it up to 6500. There is a report sent from U-1014, I believe it was. Smoke cloud spotted at Naval Square AN168. Current slow speeds, eastern course. We are currently performing slow repairs and won't intercept. Okay, confirmed. So that was at this was the latest one. So it was sent by U 1014, and it was AN 168. So AN 168 is up here. Do we want to be going that way? I think that's the direction where those destroyers were. So I don't really think I want to be going that direction, because I will be. Oh, I'm gonna end up getting fucked up. Hi, Hooded Snake. Thanks for joining, mate. So yeah, we're just gonna speed this up a little bit. I'm just gonna do a little bit more around here. So apparently Keeper Elos is tired, which is a mod of ours. He's always tired. He'll be playing a game, and after like, oh hello, we'll be playing a game, and then he'll just go, I'm just going to go and have a quick rest, and he'll be gone for like 45 minutes, and then he'll be back 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden he goes, oh, I need to go back for another break. Constant. Single steamer in the naval square, AN 273, speed 7 knots, course 43 degrees, 2 duds, 1 miss, couldn't continue attack. So it's AN 273, and it's a single steamer. So let's confirm that. AN 273. So that would be basically from where we just was in this square here. So thanks for the follow, Hooded Snake. Thanks very much, mate. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna. We do want to try and use as much fuel as we can before we get back to port. So I'm gonna kind of do a little bit of a jig around here. Let's just see if we can find anything. So I say we haven't used a single torpedo this run. I mean, I did assume that would be the case, but yeah, it would be nice to kind of get a little bit of tonnage before we go back to port. So single steamer, single merchant, AN 275, slow speed, southwestern course, zigzagging, 3 fan miss, 1 tube runner, didn't pursue due to equipment issue. So it's AN 275, and it's a single merchant. So an AN 275 is up here. So let's, and did it say which direction it was going? I believe it did. It said it was going southwestern course. Okay, so that means it's going this direction. So let's go there, and let's see if we can catch up with this. They were zigzagging as well. Yeah, so this is, I was going to say new save. I've done, this is my 5th patrol. I've been playing it just over 2 weeks now, but like on and off. I've been playing other games, streaming other games and stuff. So I do want to try and make this a little bit more of a regular thing. Say, because I do really love this game. So yeah, if I end up sinking the boat, I will basically just call that quits for that campaign, and I'll start a new one. I won't be doing no save scumming or whatever. Right, so 275. So let's see if we can get something here. Oh, okay, there is literally no visibility here. If we spot anything here, it'll be an absolute miracle. Let's see. And I don't know if I could see something over here. I'm probably just seeing what I want to see. So 275 in a southwest course. So it could even be this direction that we need to be going. Because we did take a while to get there. What's the speed we're going at the moment? We are going ahead full, so we are pretty okay. Let's see if we can actually catch up with anything here. We are sitting on 38% fuel, so we are doing okay. Unfortunately, we've not really spotted anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a little bit closer to the UK, see if there's anything that we can kind of take off the coast. and then we will end up making our way back to port and just doing Patrol 6. I don't know what we will do for the mission for Patrol 6. We can have a quick look and see if there's anything that takes our fancy. So I don't want to get too close to this coast here, because there will most likely be some corvettes sitting around the coast. So let's see if we can spot anything. Because I say there is a lot of merchant ships which do hug the coast as well. So yeah. And when I say I do not know a lot about this. A lot of the information I get from knowing this game is just watching other streamers mainly. So if I say make any mistakes, I'm going to be making mistakes without a doubt. As you could just see there. Yeah, I'm just gonna see how far I can get within the U-48 campaign. Hopefully I can make it last a few years, but if not, I'll be starting again anyway. But yeah, again, I've said it in the stream before, but I say if there's any recommendations for games that people do want to see me play, then just say throw them up in chat and I'll have a look at them, because I'm always in the market for new games to play, especially story-rich games. So I recently completed. There's a few story-rich games I've completed recently. On Thursday I finished Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. That was very, very good. The Last of Us Part 2. I have just done a full playthrough of The Witcher as well, which I didn't stream. I wasn't streaming at the time. But that was really good as well. Absolutely loved that. And then the Dead Space games as well. Yeah, and I bet that as well. That's when obviously a lot of okay, so we've rolled into a storm here. I imagine 1944 would be really difficult, because I know that's when a lot of the research for naval warfare was at its kind of peak during the war. I know there was a torpedo crisis at the start of the war during 1939-1940. If I remember correctly. So a lot of the torpedoes that were fired from U-boats basically just didn't detonate. They just basically bonked off the side of a boat and just didn't do anything. So that's a bit unfortunate. We haven't really had anything like that happen with. Well, it's actually thinking about it. It's typical that we've just come into the UK and there's a storm. It's typical UK weather, isn't it? Yeah, it's we've not really had any experiences with that as of yet, but I imagine there's going to be a few patrols we do where that will be the case, where we're just going to be every single torpedo we hit or throw at things, we're going to end up just bonking the side of these boats. We're just gonna have a quick mooch around to say it's really bad weather here anyway. It is 25 to 5 in the day anyway, so we are going to be approaching night time very soon. So it's going to be a bit of a struggle trying to find anything around here. I don't want to get too close to the channel, because it will be heavily guarded down there anyway, and I don't want to make that mistake. U1021, so that's one of ours, so we don't have to mess around with that. I did make that error a few streams ago. I was going through I basically went from port, and I went around to do a patrol around this sector here, not paying attention to my fuel, and I ended up having not enough fuel to go around the UK, so I had to make a channel dash, and what had to be just like a 2-hour stream, I think it ended up being like nearly 4 hours, and 2 hours of it was just sitting in the English channel trying to survive, and it was stress. It was stress. So we are Currently sitting on 27% fuel now. We've got a few reports coming in. So convoy sighted at Naval Square AN 769, course bearing at 24 degrees at 7 knots. Confirm that. Okay, I always leave station. I don't want to leave the station. And that was AN 269. I think it was 269, wasn't it? AN 269. It can't be 269. Hold on. Am I being stupid? 769. Okay, yeah, I was being stupid. 769. 769 bearing bearing 204 degrees, which they are going south. So they are making a way that way. I can't see us actually being able to catch up with these, but we can have a little bit of a go of it and see if we can. It looks like this U1271 is actually making their way north, so it actually might be a convoy we might be able to attack. Sea state's not looking too bad. It is around 10 to 4 in the afternoon, so we have got the cover of we're going to have the cover of nightfall very soon as well, so we'll just have to see. Have to see if we can actually get anything before we actually head back to port. Okay, so there is something up there I can see. I think that might just be our U-boats. No, that's a patrol. That is a convoy. So let's see if we can catch up with this. Okay, so we are running on 25% fuel now, so we do have enough. Oh, okay, game, please. Okay, so this is a big convoy. And by the looks of things, that it does have a good amount of protection as well. So I'm going to get onto our trusty binoculars, and I'm going to see if I can make any visual on these boats. Okay, so there's... Is that... No, so... Okay, so that's a destroyer, and that is a British destroyer. That is a merchant ship. So there's a target there. There is a merchant ship again, and there is another merchant ship, and then I want to say probably another destroyer or corvette. So we are in the market now of having some kills to our name. So what I'm going to do is, it does look like they are coming in this direction. So we are going to go to periscope depth, and we're going to go to we're going to stay ahead of full, and we're going to go to silent running. Okay, so we're going to go silent running, so blue light running. We'll be close, yeah. Right, so we're just gonna, as they're doing that, we're just gonna put the time compression back on, and we're just gonna wait out until the boats do come a little bit closer to us. I do believe they are coming in our direction, and I will be trying to get out of the way of the destroyers, because they will be on a... If we've had this U-boat, I don't think they've made an attack, but if they've made themselves known, then the destroyers will be essentially on lookout for U-boats anyway. So what we don't want is, we don't want to be caught with our trousers around our ankles. So, although, are they coming away from us? They might actually be coming away from us. Oh, okay, so there's an explosion. You can see an explosion up there. So that's from our U-boat. So So they might actually be picking up speed as well. So it looks like our friend has beat us to the punch. Incoming eclipse. We picked up an active radio transmission nearby. Assigned radio man officer to receive it. Okay. Right.
Herr Kaloi?
I think he's complete. Yeah, resting his bunk, recovering his lost energy.
Kapitän.
Listen.
Jawohl.
Okay, so merchant ship heard naval square. Okay, weather station deployment area. Okay, so what's receive eclipse? Let's see what's said here. Speed this up a little bit. Don't want to be sitting here. This message seems to be encrypted. Okay, found cipher. Okay, so that was a little bit of a waste of time, but that's fine. So the issue is now, if I to get closer. Oh, okay. What's going on here? To get closer, I'm going to have to surface the ship, but they are aware of U-boats in the area, so there's a good chance I'm not going to be able to get close to make an engagement here. So I will just... Okay, wait a minute. No, they are speeding past, so I may be talking a lot of shit. So let's see if I can make any engagement from this side. Let's have a look. Let's periscope depth up to 6 meters, and we're gonna center the periscope, and we're gonna have a look around, shall we? Okay, so that is a. Okay, so that's a fairly big tanker. Okay, so that's loud. Right, so that's a tanker. That's a merchant ship, and then this is another. That's another tanker as well. That is a destroyer class. That is another destroyer class, and then that is a. That's 2 boats. There is a merchant and a destroyer class on the back of that as well, and there is a destroyer class there. I thought that was like fire underwater for some reason. Okay, so I'm going to come off from the save, and I'm going to make a, and that's a British ship as well. So we're going to center this. We're going to come round. We're actually on a good angle of attack here. So what we're going to do, we're going to first identify this boat here. So we're going to identify it as it is a tanker, and it is it's definitely a tanker, and it looks to be an O1 class by the looks of things. Yeah, it's an O1 class, so we can recognise that. We can determine the velocity of the boat now, so we're going to start now. Now this will be a really, really good kill if we can get this down. I say it is quite a large ship anyway. I don't know how many tons it is. But yeah, as you can see, it is fairly large. So fingers crossed we can actually make a good calculation here. We are coming onto a decent angle of attack, so I do need to speed this up a little bit, especially as the destroyers are preoccupied with our other U-boat. So stop now. We're going to set the time. They are running at 7 knots. The distance on the boat is we have to do it to the waterline, which is around about 3.3 kilometers, and the course they are running at is around so what I'm going to do is, I'm not sure if this is the correct way of doing it. I really don't know, but this is the class. I'm going to just pause it. So we can happily say that they are running at nope, that's not what I wanted. I did this, didn't I? to that. At 111, you want to say? Although, if I move that onto the, because you got to do it from the bow, not from the center of the ship. So it's about 111, 112. Looking pretty decent. Okay, so we can, I think we can arguably say it's about 111, 112. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to put that in. We're going to say course is relative course to us is 111. No, it's angle on bow, which is angle which your U-boat appears to be from the perspective of someone else's ship. So we are on their right side, and it's about 100 and I'm going to say 112. We're going to set that, and we're going to load up torpedo 3, and we're going to fire. So we're going to, has gone. So we're going to load torpedo 3, load tube 3, fire tube 3. And what we're going to do, we're going to now track this torpedo. We're going to come off this, we're going to track the torpedo, and we're just going to monitor to see if we have got a good attack angle. Now, first, it may look okay, but there is a good chance that that might actually pass behind the bow of the ship. So what we're going to do is we're going to speed this up, because they are coming away from us as well, so I don't know if this will hit. It looking okay. It's looking okay, so this might actually be a decent hit, or it may just pass off. It might just pass behind the ship, but it is looking good. So let's zoom out a little bit. No, I think was a good attack. So hopefully there is no dud. Hopefully there's no dud. And hopefully this is a hole in one as well, because seeing as it's a tanker, it can actually. And there we go. There we go. Oh, okay, that was a big explosion. So they have taken a lot of damage, and there is a huge fire on board. So that was a preheated torpedo. That was a preheated torpedo. Tube 1 and 2 wasn't preheated, and there is he was preheating that torpedo as well. So we're going to leave this now. So because as you can see, that I loaded done number 3. These 1, 2, and 4 aren't preheated, so I will get someone on there as well. But again, as I say, I'm not an expert at the game. So I'm still going through the motions, and you know. So let's have a about this. So that one, I believe, should be that should be sinking. The ship is sinking. Okay, good. So that we've got that kill. So let's come away and let's go to our next kill, which is a freighter. Yeah. No, it's fine. Don't worry. No, it's fine. So it's a freighter. Let's go to not that. It's a freighter, and it's not a Empire. It's not an Empire Bell, is it? Okay, so it's not an Empire Tower, and it's not an Empire Explorer, because there's no. So the Empire Tower doesn't have the funnel on the back. The Empire Explorer, it doesn't have the notches at the front. It's an Empire Bell. That'll be an Empire Bell. So now we're going to do a velocity check as well. So we're going to just check this. They may actually speed up now because of that target as well. So yeah, I do know the heating up the torpedoes reduces the chance of duds. So I am aware of that. They might actually be changing the angle on their bow as well. So they're running at 7 knots as well. I know they are running a little bit closer to us as well. So let's see if I can make a... So it's about a set 2.1 kilometers, and the course they are running, I want to say they are running at... Yeah, they have changed their angle Okay, so this might be a little bit more difficult to calculate. So we're going to get this, and we're going to go like that, and we're going to go like that. I think we're going to go ahead stop as well, because it doesn't help the fact that we are moving forward. And they are moving in approximately a 82 degrees to us. So I'm going to say 82 degrees. So let's go to our this, and we're going to say 82 degrees off their bow, which is about this, 83. Set that, and we're going to do this. So it's a warm torpedo from torpedo tube 3. And fingers crossed this will be a good hit as well. So let's go on to that. And now we're going to monitor this torpedo as well. This might actually be a whiff. Have I been aiming at this one? I've been aiming at that one. I thought it was, that's a... Wait a minute. What are you? Oh, okay. So this is an Empire Lightning. Okay, so we can also aim other... This is a war class ship. It is a... war class. Okay, so that's already been identified as that. So we can recognize that. We can say the speed is probably about 7 knots as well. So we're just going to say 7 knots. The distance we are going to calculate quickly. We're going to just bring up the ecoscope a little bit. We're going to say it is about there. So we're 1.3 kilometers, and the course to us, I'm going to say, is around... So I calculated this torpedo on this angle, which is most likely going to miss. So I'm just going to have a quick... If it hits, it'll be extremely lucky. It does look like it may pass behind. Or not. If this hits, then yeah, it'll be a very, very good shot. It may look like they have slowed down though, but no, this should hit. This should hit. So it just depends on the angle on bow now. It was a warm torpedo, so there is less chance of a dud. But this looks like it may hit, or they may just be turning away, but it might not be enough. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, just. How I got away with that, I don't know. I mean, I just was turning away from it. So, okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to... yeah, they really turned away from us, so that was very, very lucky. So now what we're going to do is we're going to... do a angle on this boat. We can happily say that it is currently sitting at this, and then. So it's about 113. Okay, so let's go to 113 degrees. I believe they are turning. So we'll say about 130, 111. Okay, so we're going to do this. They are running maintenance on this boat, so it will be a cold torpedo. So we're going to roll 2, and then we're going to hopefully get a hit on this one as well. It most likely won't hit, but we will just have to see. So we're going to come off this, and we're going to check on this boat here. That is really low in the water. That is taking on a substantial amount of water. It is running quite slow, so I want to just check on this torpedo. They might be turning away from us, so this might most likely will miss. So we'll just have to see. But if this does hit, then this has been a very, very good engagement. I may have to come up to the deck gun to see if we can get the final blows on the Empire Lightning, I believe it was called, which is all the way back over there, because yeah, Empire Lightning, because yeah, I don't think it will sink just from that torpedo alone. It does look like this boat has slowed down, or they are turning, so this most likely will be a miss. Yeah, they are definitely turning, and they have slowed down. Yeah, this most likely won't hit now. Yeah, so this is not hit. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna come ahead 1/3. Yeah, they really took a. They definitely took some change in direction there. So let's what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can fire one more torpedo. But what we're going to do is we're going to try and take into account the fact that yes, they are going that direction, but it does look like they are zigzagging, so they are coming back around. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually just fire one straight off. So we're going to leave that view, and we're going to hit one. We're going to fire one straight off torpedo tube 1, and we're going to fire it as soon as it's ready. And I'm going to do that because if they are coming back round, then there's a good chance that it could actually just there's a good chance that it could just they could actually move their way into it, by using the same calculations. So let's have a look at this. And I'm going to speed this up a little bit. If it doesn't... Okay. Oh, well, I wanted to, but the game's got other ideas. There we go. So again, it may not hit. It may just pass in front of the boat. And they may see the gas coming from the torpedo. But yeah, this looks like it's not going to hit. Unless something very drastic happens, which it most likely won't. So yeah, this didn't hit, which is fine. I did assume that would be the case anyway. So what I'm going to do is we have got some destroyers coming in. So what we're going to do, we are going to disengage from those boats. We're going to come this way. We're going to go ahead full, and we're going to see if we can actually make a... Did we get 2 boats sunk? Did we sink the second boat? Did we get that confirmation? I just want to see if we can... So we got the destroyers coming in over this side. Can't help if I didn't pause the game. So this was that. I know the boat was making way over this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see if I can maybe make up some time up over this side. I do think we have got another U-boat on us over here as well, so they may be helping us as well. So let's just see. I'm going to send these reports as well, just while we can, because we might have to just do a quick crash dive. The area around here is currently sitting around 19 meters, so that is really not deep on the divers. In fact, actually, we are very close to the bottom, so we might even just have to disengage completely. Because I can't even do a crash dive here, so yeah. So let's just speed this up a little bit. Let's see if I can. I'm going to come this way, actually. I'm going to come in between them. Okay, so this was probably a bad shout because they are going to be... Ooh, yep, okay. So I'm going to come away from this. It's not worth it. Oh, okay. Is that the wreckage of the other boat that we did? I don't think it was. I think this might have been the wreckage from the first ship. The Empire Energy. Okay, so the Empire Energy is there. We can see that, and it's over there as well. I'm not sure if we want to be coming up at periscope depth. That is a unknown warship, so we don't want to be touching that either. We're just going to speed this up a little bit. It is currently stationary, so what we might do is, even though this warship is coming over, we may even just... They're pinging us on active sonar, so they may even spot us. They might be coming for us right now. So we're going to... This might actually be a bit of a dangerous engagement here now. Yeah, they are making a complete turn for us. Okay, so what we're going to have to do here, we're going to have to do some gentle maneuvering. I'm gonna have to try and think here. Right, so we're gonna turn, and we're going to see if we can actually outturn them. I don't think we will be able to outturn them here. And this is kind of what I wanted to avoid anyway, but I suppose it's kind of part of it anyway. They are going to be making a... Yeah, they can definitely see us. They can definitely see us. So, and the water is not deep enough here. It is only 20 or so meters, although I think we have got away with that. So what we're going to do, we're going to just kind of come back round, and we're going to use a quick snapshot from behind us and see if we can make a quick kill on this. I believe it's a Corvette. Behind us. Yeah, this looks like it's a Corvette. Yeah, it's a Corvette ship. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this, and we're going to use a... And I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I'm going to try it. Usually I don't like using... I say usually I don't like using these. If this misses, it'll be really annoying, but... Does it hit? Oh, just off. See, that's one of the reasons why I don't like using it, because it can be very, very fickle. Is that a... Okay, so we have to have 2 people loading in here. We can have... Take them off. And we're going to have a... Go over this way. Hopefully we can get the aft torpedo loaded. And they are pinging us on active sonar, so this is a bit of an issue now. They are going to be having a good angle of attack here. Yeah, I think they just want to try and get onto a what I might do actually, I want to see if I can. This boat is actually quite low in the water. What I might do, in fact, is it dead? Is it sunk? You know what, I'm just gonna have a quick. I shouldn't do this, but okay, this was a big boat then, yeah, okay. So this is definitely sunk. This was done by our friend here. So I was gonna just do a bit of a snapshot on that to see if I can just get that kill. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Did I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. How close am I to the bottom? I think I'm okay. So, fuel is looking okay. I don't know if I want to. I don't want to come up and attack that because guarantee that boat will respawn. I don't know if it despawned or if it just, or if it just became invisible to us through vision. But I'm not risking it nonetheless. So I'm going to disengage. We did get one confirmed kill. The other one, I don't know if we got the kill or not. I don't think we got accredited for it anyway, so we're not going to go back and try it. I think we were quite lucky that we actually got away with that as well as we did. So we did use, I think, 5 torpedoes. Okay, alarms cancelled. So we're not gonna engage. Well, I say that I'm gonna come over this way, see if there's anything that we can scrounge from over here, because this U-boat is clearly on the prowl for something. We are going to come up to, we are going to surface the boat to see if we can get a better look around. It's a little bit dangerous doing that so close to the coast anyway, but I just want to have a quick look around. If we need to dive again, we can absolutely do that. So, yeah. But yeah, anyway, I hope everyone's doing okay today. I hope everyone's having a good day. I know obviously it's for those in the UK, it is a bank holiday weekend as well. So I hope you're going to have a nice long weekend. I do actually have the week off next week. So because it's the King's coronation next week, if you booked 4 days off in the office, then you have 10 days off. So for me, it's just going to be 10 days of just doing nothing but gaming and eating shit, basically. So yeah, it's gonna be a good 10 days. So the U-boat, we have actually passed the U-boat, so let's see if we can just go back, because it might just be doing another quick patrol. Right, if there's nothing around here, I'm going to make my way back to port. I do think we've overstayed our welcome around here anyway, so I'm just going to disengage now, and we're just going to head back. And I'm going to say we have been streaming now for just under 2 hours, so I don't think I'm going to continue with another patrol. I think I will just make our way back. If we can see anything on the way back anyway, then that'll be great, but if not, there's going to be that's no problem. Time compression is available now, so we're just going to, I'm going to rub this out if I can. There we go. Rub that out. Okay, and we're going to go back to 6,500 time compression.
Melde mich zum Dienst.
it's close to depletion. Yeah, so we did actually make a good call coming back when we did. So, but what I do need to be careful of is of coming back to port in this area as well, especially the fact that we're doing it at night time. So there is a problem what I find each time I'm coming back to port, and it's essentially when you're coming into port, the mapping of the mapping is just completely off. So yeah, I'm just gonna take my time coming back into port, because yeah, the last thing I want to do is do a 2-hour patrol, and actually do a decent enough patrol, I should say. I mean, I don't think it was the most exciting of patrols, but yeah, so it kind of worked out in the end anyway. With completing our there we go. Completing our mission and getting a kill from that patrol. So this is where I've got to be careful now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a head 1/3, and then I'm going to have to slow this down a little bit, because say this is the part where it gets awkward. So what happens is you're supposed to obviously just kind of come through here, but what kind of happens is you end up colliding with this wall here for some unknown reason. So yeah, I'm gonna have to try and kind of worm my way through manually, because again, I don't want to be crashing into this wall here. And it's actually a nice day to actually be coming back. It's the day before Christmas Eve, so that's kind of a good time to come back. So let's bend this around here. I think I'm okay now. I think we can go to a head 2/3 now. So we are currently sitting on 17% fuel, so we could have done a little bit more, but again, not risking it. We have had someone sitting in the engine room with, oh, here we go, sitting in the engine room with engine specialist, just to reduce those. But yeah, we don't want to be exactly risking it or whatever, especially being that close to the UK as well. So now we're there, and we are gonna come to a head 1/3, and hopefully it just snaps in. I know if you go too fast, you can actually hit that wall there as well. And there we go. Okay, we're all good. So, mission complete, so we can report back to the officer. Kurt Hoffman has received a new decoration. So the Iron Cross decoration was established in 1813 by King Frederick Wilhelm III of Prussia. It was a long tradition of German military. It's awarded for a single act of bravery in the battle. The black core is made of solid iron, and the frame is made of an alloy called German silver. So Kurt Hoffman is 10 points away from his second decoration, and the same decoration goes to Horst Weber. So well done to both of them. And then Keeper Elos, you are 62 out of 80 from getting the German cross in gold. So well done to all of them. So we've got 8,000 credits with 200% reputation and improved weather forecasts. Skipper, your successful deployment of automated weather stations on Bear Island has greatly improved the ability of the Kriegsmarine and Luftwaffe to plan upcoming operations. Your careful planning and execution of the mission allowed our forces to gain a valuable strategy advantage. and your skill as a U-boat skipper has earned yours the respect of your peers. Well done, skipper. So big well done there. We sunk the Arcadis. Intel tells us that the ship had GRT of 9,620 tons and was transporting oil from London to Edinburgh. It was registered in Great Britain, so that's lovely. So we only did get the one kill there, which I say is unfortunate. We didn't get the additional. We did travel a total of just over 10,000 kilometers. We was at sea for 19 days and 19 hours, and the total tonnage was again 9,620 tons. So that was all nice. So what we're going to do is we are sitting on 42,000 credits now. I will, before leaving the stream there, I will go to ammunition. We are going to refuel the boat, and we're going to reload our torpedoes, and we are going to, as we have got a fair bit of money now, we are going to go just onto the T1s. I'm not sure the difference on T1s to T2s. T1s have a speed of 81, and a T2 has a speed of 56 kilometers per hour and a range. The range is the same, but the speed is a little bit better, so that's nice. Items, we are going to buy one of these as well, so we've just bought one of them, and I'm not going to buy this one as of yet. And then we're going to just get the last T1 torpedo and then a one in the aft torpedo tube. Okay, so we are all fully stocked. We are currently sitting at 26,000 credits, and we're going to say goodbye to you. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the leading officer, and I'm just going to give my crew a break. I'm just going to give them a vacation, especially because it is now coming on to Christmas Day. So discipline penalties will be reset. Crew won't accumulate fatigue for 7 days. Crew's energy is depleted 50% slow for 10 days, and having time to think about your crew gain 25% extra experience from the last patrol. So that's quite nice. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to do the German Alps, because I'm going to do that. So it's everything that you get from the Bavarian village, but due to the contact with politicians in this area, headquarters tasks will be performed 50% faster during the stay. So I'm going to select that so our crew can have a nice Christmas. They are on holiday for another 21 days, basically. We can't do a HQ thing, so I probably should have done that before. I thought I could do it afterwards. Oops. Oh well. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. It doesn't really matter. Okay, cool. So we've just done that. We're just going to do this. We're just going to skip it over the 21 days, and then I will end up leaving the stream there. So, thanks so much for anyone who came along. It was it was quite a fun stream. Thanks to for those who followed. Anyone who obviously enjoyed the content, obviously do consider dropping a follow on the channel. I am on the road to affiliate at the moment, so I am trying to hit that 50 follower mark. If you do have any recommendations for games, again, throw them in chat, throw them in the Discord, which should be linked to the channel anyway. And yeah, if I don't see you before, but if I don't see you over the weekend, I do hope you have a great weekend, a nice long weekend if you are in the UK. And yeah, hopefully I will be back soon. I don't know what I'll be streaming next. I don't know if it's going to be some more U-boat or if it's going to be another game, which will be a story game of some description. So yeah, other than that, I hope you all have a great time, and hopefully I'll see you all soon. So have a lovely weekend, and goodbye.